Happy Monday. Feliz Lunes. Happy Monday. Happy new week. Happy new month. The month of June. Come on to there. How's it going? Peace and blessings. Just want to show some love and support to all my supporters. Appreciation. Show some appreciation to all my supporters. Those of you who've been rocking with me and Team Angie from the beginning. Those of you who just now joining in to my page, my frequency, my vibe. Whether you like the content I put out, the vibes, or just the information, whatever it may be, I appreciate you for tuning in. Also, we got an annual event coming up next month. To qualify and participate, this is for my exclusive community only, my subscribers, and to become a member of my subscription page, the link's in the bio. $1 is all it costs. That's how you qualify. Become a subscriber, and I'll just pick one of my subscribers to give a cash giveaway to. And that's just how it goes. This is the second year. It'll be happening July 3rd. The end of the month is the last day to get registered, to sign up, to qualify, basically. Become a member of my subscription page. And one of my lucky subscribers will be receiving the cash prize, cash award, whatever is a way of Team Angie giving back. This will be our second year doing this, and it'll be happening every year, July 3rd, annual event, Team Angie. One of my lucky subscribers, 1, 2, 3, however many. Last year I did 2. This year I'll do 3. 3 subscribers be chosen for the cash giveaways, and that's how it goes. To participate, to qualify, you just have to subscribe to my Team Angie page. Check out any of my lives. It's in the links in the bio. It'll always be to the left, always be in the bio. To get your free blueprint copy, it'll always be in the bio as well. 2 links in the bio. One for the cash giveaway to qualify, which is $1, and the other one is for the free blueprint copy, which is free. And you just put your email in. I send you the blueprint copy. You get it from Team Angie, along with a newsletter, letting you know everything that Team Angie has going on for the day, the month, the week, or whatever, as far as our products, services, and programs. And with that being said, I'm just here to put some positive vibes on your timeline and introduce you guys to Blueprint to Success, so you guys can have the tools you need to succeed, especially if you're talking about making money online, because that's the way that we're growing financially, emotionally, and spiritually. So join my exclusive team for tips, tools, and tricks on how to manage anxiety and how to incorporate multiple streams of income into your lifestyle with only 2 hours a day learning these high-income earning skills. I'll be reading from Sarah Young, Jesus Calling. It's just a little spiritual motivation to uplift those who need to be uplifted. If you're here, you're in the right place at the right time. Today is just July 3rd, annual event happening. Cash giveaways from Team Angie, our way of giving back. Every year, July 3rd. This will be our second year. Last year we had 2 participants that I gave away to. This year will be 3. Today is June 2nd, 2025. Relax in my healing, holy presence. Be still while I transform your heart and mind. Let go of cares and worries so that you can receive my peace. Cease striving and know that I am God. Do not be like the Pharisees who multiplied regulations, creating their own form of godliness. They got so wrapped up in their own rules, they lost sight of me. Even today, man made rules about how to live the Christian life enslave many people. Their focus is on their performance rather than on me. It is through knowing me intimately that you become like me. This requires spending time alone with me. Let go, relax, be still, and know that I am God. Psalms 46, chapter 46, verse 10. Make sure this is the right day, yeah. And that's pretty powerful. And I say that because it's no coincidence that I read this today, and this was the word for today, and that I have this readily available for me to pick up and read and get the information I need and the guidance as well. We're going to talk about vibes and frequencies and how where the mind goes, attention goes, the energy flows as well, especially the energy part. my mind has been on elevating and spiritual development, personal development, and so forth, right? So my attention been going to how to find these things, looking up stuff on the internet, doing research through books, whatever the cost may be. However I obtain this information, I'm seeking it. So as far as the energy goes, the attention, and what I just said, where the mind goes, the attention goes, and the energy flows. So the energy of this spiritual development has been coming to me in different forms. The form of a friend, the form of a video, the form of whatever, But nevertheless, I said that to say this. Last Wednesday, I don't go to church. I don't really do peace and blessings. Thanks for tuning in. I don't go to church. I don't attend Bible studies and stuff like that. Usually when I do my spiritual practices, I'm online or I'm with someone or whatever, like if you go to church or you got somebody you study with, whatever you study, whatever religion it may be. But I'll give you a little background first. I grew up Christian. That's all I really ever knew. I found out about other religions through school and friends and their families, cultures, and traditions or whatnot, different stuff like that. So that was brought to my awareness through school about the whole religious aspect of life. And as I got older, I embarked on a spiritual journey from having spiritual experiences. And that's that. Fast forward, I got an invitation to this Pastor Tony Roberts Sunday school. And I heard about him, but I didn't really know him like that. Like I don't know him, but I heard him. Like I hear about a lot of people, but I don't really know them like that. I'm not really checking into them. But it was good that I did hear about him. So now I've been hearing his studies. And what he said just recently last week is as far as like, you have a relationship with somebody. Whether you have kids or not, what a relationship is like to know somebody. If you used to have your eyes closed and they come in and they call your name, you will know who that voice is. You will also kind of know their energy, you kind of feel their presence. Or, and vice versa, if they're in another aisle in the store and they're calling your name, you will know who that voice is. You will kind of know them because you know this person, you know their walk, you know their talk, a little bit, right? So the only way to get to know God is to spend time getting to know God. A lot of you guys don't hear God's voice because you don't know him and you don't hear him. You don't hear him because you don't know him. Just like if a stranger called out to me and I'm not familiar with that voice, I wouldn't know who that is. So I said that to say this, like you have to spend time on your spiritual journey, on your religious journey, and get to know your creator, get to know that there is a spiritual side of life and that these things play a part in our everyday life as far as the way that you handle energy, the way that you manage energy, and the way that you engage with energy. And it's all about if it's a higher vibration of energy or a lower vibration of energy that creates your reality. Energies like depression, doubt, fear, those energies are lower vibrations, which cause a reality of lack, doubt, and fear. You'll be scared of losing your job, you'll be scared of your health or whatever it may be, what comes with the word fear and those lower vibrations of reality that it gives you to experience. And I speak about this a lot because it's a lot about the mindset, Whatever you believe is true, is true. If you believe that you're incompetent, you'll have a lot of situations where you just almost there and you never really get it because you don't have the confidence in yourself, whether it be you acknowledging it or not, but it dictates and it shows the way that you act and engage with life. So everything is fixable as well, too. Everything is figure outable. All you have to do is first off, be honest with yourself and know what it is that limits you have that you set on yourself and just change those negative thoughts into a positive thoughts and head in that direction that you desire. I want to share with you guys 2 quick, simple videos and then a little experiment that I've done that can help you guys get started making money online and help you figure out how to start making money online, figure out what your niche is and so forth. But as far as, before I get to that, as far as values and energies, I just want to give you a visual on how this works and why it's important to be mindful of the type of energies you engage in and the way that you respond to different energies. You can feel a certain emotion but respond a certain way. And that's just having emotional intelligence. Somebody picks you off, you don't have to go off the handle with them. You don't have to hurt them. Somebody do you wrong, you don't have to get revenge. Stuff like that. Like, somebody do you wrong, they betray you, they sabotage you, whatever, because everybody don't have the best intentions when dealing with you. And that's life, you figure and you find out as you go. But the way that you deal with people matters, and the way that you respond and react to people's foolishness matters. And it's a drain of energy. And you got to be intelligent enough to know, like, okay, this person, they're vibrating on this frequency, and I'm going to detach from that channel. And it's as simple as just moving the other way, physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever that be. You have to separate those lines if it's not balancing you out, whether that be people, places, or things. If it's draining you most of the time, it's something you should consider letting go. Peace and blessings, love. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, you have to be protecting your peace. You have to be protecting your energy. You have to be mindful of the things that you engage with and the things that will bring your emotional energy up or down and closer to your desired reality or further away. So these are let me switch it around. These are levels of life, levels of vibrations, levels of frequencies and emotions that'll help you know if you're getting closer to your dreams or further away. And what this is called is the house of manifestation. Manifesting. I'm doing well, love. Thanks for tuning in. So, as I was saying, you have the starting line. When you wake up in the morning, you have the choice to think about happy things, or you have the choice to think about things that you're fear of. Your fear of living in lack, doubt, guilt, anger, whatever, these all go hand in hand, just like happiness, confidence, trust, and abundance. If you're happy about how you feel and who you are, you be confident about making decisions that's going to boost that and give you more experiences of this, more reality of this. Like, the reality of waking up, you're excited, you're in a grateful mindset. That makes you confident enough to go and tackle your goals and dreams, because you trust in yourself, and you'll manifest that reality, and it becomes an abundance of those experiences. Abundance doesn't just mean money, or it doesn't just mean you can have an abundance of trust. You can have so much trust that no one can knock your trust. You can have an abundance of confidence that seems arrogant because you have so much confidence, abundance of it. People not knowing you have an abundance of happiness. You're full of joy because you have abundance of it. The way that you look at life, it brings you happiness, and it keeps you confident. It keeps you trusting in the way that the world is viewed by you. So you continuously have those experiences and an abundance of it, whether it be in experiences of money, relationships, health, whatever the case may be. But when you focus on doubt, lack, fear, you feel guilty about it. You get angry about it. You fear that you can't come from that lower state of mind, that lower life, that lower vibration, that lower frequency, the lower energies, and so forth and so on. We can go on all day about this, but hopefully you get the picture. You understand where I'm coming from. Now let's move on to values, because this is another important thing. What you do automatically takes on what you value in life. And it's just is what it is, and I'll give y'all a few words that you can figure out what it is that you value. So you can have integrity, you can value family, you can value growth, clarity, ambition, competence, authenticity, self-care, kindness, justice, passion, service, adaptability, respect, wisdom, mindfulness, loyalty, independence, gratitude, joy. Now, that was a long list, and I read it kind of fast, but you could take a screenshot of this. Well, I'll do it over another day. Just 20 values. And I did a little experiment with this, and I'll explain that later. why everything is crossed off. But it came down to the final three. And the way that I figured these out is I went from the bottom up. The last thing that I didn't want to get rid of was my self-care, because I value that. And that's so easy for me to go about my day and my life, because this is what I care about most of the time, is self-care, Care about growing. I care about mental health. A lot comes with self-care. And as far as being authentic and wealth, I have to be real with myself to care for myself. So these two go hand in hand. And wealth is what I want. Success, money. So as far as a business values, these are the things that I have no problem, taking action doing. Self-care, so that I can be in position to take care of a healthy business, being real with it and the people that I serve and service, and being successful with it. Like I said, making money from it, because it's a tool that we use. The same as water and food. And if it ever become a different tool, then this wouldn't be my objective. And there's nothing wrong with wanting and making money, You want to be comfortable with money. We could talk about money, because this is what this is about. It's a tool to use, and I want an abundance of it. Abundance of resources to get it. Having multiple streams of income, that's what this is all about. Not being limited to one source of income. And if anything was ever to happen to that, Lord forbid, you will have a backup plan. You always have something to go to. And you always be knowledgeable of and about how to use these other sources of income, passive income. So let's get into how to find your niche when it comes to making money online. These are 4 important things to become a content creator. This is an easy way to make money online. Get monetized on your accounts. So it's 4 steps actually, but the best thing to do is figure out what do you like, how to find your niche, and that's what I'll teach you guys. So what you need to do is write down a list of 10 things that you like. You have to just figure out what you like. If not, go ask a family or friend. They'll know a little bit about you. And if not, then you have to do some self-work, some self-reflection. But write down 10 things you like, and it should be easy to talk about, easy to post videos about. And low-key, this will become your niche. And what you like is usually your passion, something you can do without being paid or recognition, validation, and so on. The list goes on. I'm passionate about education. I could go learn some things without being paid to learn and without being paid for my knowledge. That's why I make these videos every day, whether I have a customer every day or not. I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and it's no problem for me to do it. And whether I go viral or not off these videos is something that I can do. And one thing that I got from someone that I'm a mentor from, because mentorship is important, to be around like-minded individuals, to have a community that you can grow from, because momentum comes from more people, more resources, more, right? The more you have, the more it can grow, the more quicker it can grow as well. Like when you have a little ball of snow, a little ball, that's all it takes. Here in the Midwest, we know about snow, and people in the United States, you should know about snow. But you would know if you experienced snow, not to say everybody has, and whatever, And I will do another analogy soon. But with snow, right, you could have a little ball that's hard enough, and then with that little bit, you could roll it, and it'll become big, and it start getting momentum. It becomes big fast, especially if it's rolling down the hill. It'll become bigger on its own. It'll grip more momentum. It'll grip more material, matter, whatever, That's the same as with people who's headed somewhere. Direction is important as well. You could be with a lot of people, but if nobody has any direction, you're a bunch of lost people headed nowhere. And you want to be mindful of that as well, But before I get lost in my thought, I go looking for people who's where I want to be in life, not to copy them, not to compete with them or nothing like that, but just to learn from them. Because there's nothing different between them and me. It's just they choose to spend their time and energy into being where they at. And now that they're there, I'm learning from them how to get there. The same way that I'm teaching people how to fast track to get to where I'm at if you desire to be in my position. Not saying, and the disclaimer as well, not saying that you will make what I'm making, experience what I experience. Even if we had the same situation, we'll look at that experience totally different, you know. But whatever, that's a long story on another topic. So the thing I get from that is education, right? I do these videos educating people, sharing opportunities because it's my passion. And it's something that I like. It's something that I like more than my passion because I have other passions. But what I got from a mentor, long story short, because I talk a lot, was he was happy he didn't go viral right away because he was like, it took him a long time. He was like, because he didn't go viral right away, he was doing what he liked to do, so it wasn't a problem. And I'll get to where I'm going in a minute. And compared to other people that started at the same time as him doing what he's doing, they was taking off quicker. But he kept doing what he was doing because it's something that he liked. And then after a while, his channel started picking up and he became in the position that he wanted to be in. The same is with me, you know, like, and now he's still doing it because he's still doing what he liked to do. And he got so much in his portfolio that it's like, it just helps him out, right? So, long story short, I got the same sense and feeling like, because there's times where you're going to create content and you're not going to feel like it. It's just what it is, you know. Some days you might not feel like getting up to go to work. You know you need the money, but it's just what it is. You might have something happen to stop you from going. You might just not feel like it. But even if you're doing something you like, it's just times where you might need rest, you burn out or whatever, right? Or you just want to take a vacation, whatever the case the cause may be. But the thing about being consistent and doing what you like compared to doing it for a reason of survival, right? You want to get famous, you want to go viral because you want to make money, and that's acceptable. But you're not doing it from a place of something you like. It's out of necessity. You go viral, right? And you do it in a few times, and now all of a sudden it stops. And you're like, whoa, what's going on? Because that's your expectation of what that's supposed to be like, and that's how it's supposed to happen. But in reality, that's not, you know? And the thing about that is you could do it so many times, but not be in a position to really capitalize off it. And then now you're at the position of burnout because the intentions in the beginning wasn't pure. And now you're not doing something you like to do. And it's something you're being forced to do to maintain an image or what do they call it? Whatever, I don't know. You know, people like to be, they create an image, create a persona was the word. But yeah. So compared to somebody who's doing something they like, they doing it, you know. And the whole thing is about getting started. Both people got started. The person who's doing something they didn't like for the money and somebody who's doing it because they like it and of course for the money, but the money hasn't come yet. So they both took action. They're both in position to get it. The person, and let's say 6 months from now, right? Posting every day, nobody liking anything. But like that's like, what, 6 months, probably like 180 days or something. That's like 180 videos, right? Compared to the person who did a few and then they stopped. They did probably like 20 out of that 180 days. All of them probably went viral, half and half or whatever. And now they're like, wow, I'm done because my expectation wasn't hit. I thought this was supposed to be every time I do this. And I'm not doing what I like to do anyway, so now I'm done. Compared to the person who was doing this day to day, 180 days, and they have 180 chances of going viral now, you know, compared to that 20, those highlighted moments that push them out, but then keep them sustained. So now that 180 days, you got 180 chance to go viral because you took action and you're still taking action and you don't have the expectation that this is something that's supposed to pop right away. But not to say that it may or may not. You don't know. If you don't get started, you know, you don't put yourself in position to get it if you don't start. Everybody has a lucky day, but no, everybody doesn't show up to their lucky day. And I'll give you a prime example, right? For the ladies, you might be on a dance team or whatever, right? And the best thing about it is everybody in the area suck. You guys been killing it, and now you're up to the finals or whatever, right? The people on the other side, they like, man, we keep losing, whatever. This team, they keep winning, but whatever, I'm going to show up. And somehow that team that's been killing it, the number one champion, they lose. Not to say that they're not humble about them losing, but the people that won, they showed up that day. That was their lucky day. The whole team was there except for one person because they're like, we're not going to win anyway and whatever, right? They didn't show up to their lucky day. Now their team is a championship, but they wasn't there to experience that. And it goes to show, like, you could be in an art competition. You haven't never won anything. And you just had the urge to try another one. And now all of a sudden you're the top prize. You showed up. You took action. Everybody has a lucky day, but not everyone shows up to their lucky day. Be the one to take action and let today be day one of many days. Like as far as my journey as well, I lead by example. I'm going on 3 years come September 22nd, and that'll be our 3rd-year anniversary. You guys can come celebrate with me. Watch these milestones and landmarks that I set in stone as I continue and carry on. Don't forget as well, next month is our second annual event, July 3rd, cash giveaway. And participate, you just subscribe. I'll be giving away to 3 of my subscribers. So that's how they get involved with that. But before I let you guys go, I'm going to share this video with you as far as the blueprints of success and how to shake off the fear and courage of being afraid to learn. And I've seen this video before, but it's pretty awesome and it's powerful.
So what we want to do instead is get it to be a must. So when you see someone who's extraordinary at anything, they're not lucky. They're doing something different than you. If you see what they're doing and you do the same thing, you plant the seed.
All right, let's get it.
Everybody's got a list of shoulds. I should work out. I should spend more time with my kids. I should make more calls in my business. I should. You do your shoulds when it's easy. When it's not, you don't. You just should all over yourself about not doing it, right? So what we want to do instead is get it to be a must. So when you see someone who's extraordinary at anything, they're not lucky. They're doing something different than you. If you see what they're doing and you do the same thing, if you plant the same seeds, you reap the same rewards. Whether you do it or not will have to do with some of your beliefs. If you have a belief that says, I should never earn more than my parents, it'll humiliate them, then every time you get close to doing really well, you'll sabotage it subconsciously. These stories get in our way. If you're going to run a business or run your life, I said it the other day, you can't manage something if you don't measure it. The more you measure it, the better it gets, because where focus goes, energy. So the one thing we've got to start to measure is where we are around our standards. And I want to give you 4 ways to look at it, 4 standards to measure. Really simple. Think of it this way. These are the standards. There's the first standard for somebody, which is poor. Poor standards are way down here. Somebody has poor standards, they're willing to do a lousy job. Now, when you have poor standards and you do a poor job, what kind of rewards would you expect?
Poor results.
Poor rewards. If you're in a relationship right now and you have lots of love but not enough passion, which is the most common relationship tactic.
Would it be a bad idea if you use our credit card to pay for your
Unfortunately, y'all gonna have to see these commercials too, but I mean, I'm gonna skip through as much as I can.
It's not because you don't have enough passion because you have 3 kids.
I'm doing well, though.
The problem is it's a must for you to be in love, but it's not a must to have passion. If you're in a relationship where there's no love or passion, where you're not happy and you're staying there, you don't have love or passion, you're staying there, then what you really want is to be in a relationship no matter what. Because being out of a relationship is too scary to you. If you're not in a relationship, you don't want to be in one. Because you bring pain in your relationship, you want to avoid it. See, it's just a standard. Your finances are no different. If you have enough money to pay your bills, it's probably a must for you to do that. Some people, that's not a must. It's a must to pay their bills most of the time, and that's what they do. Some people's must is to have more than they can spend so they can do, share, give as much as they want to as many people as they want, as long as they want. That's a different experience, right? So your standard sheets, everything. Michael stated everything. So here are the different standards. Poor is way down here. If you've got poor standards, you'll do a poor job in your relationship and it'll be okay with you. You'll do a poor job with your kids. You'll do a poor job in your work. And it used to be if you did a poor job, you got what rewards? Poor. But today, the world is so competitive in the last 15, 20 years because of the web. It's a different world. So today, when you do a poor job, it used to be poor job in a relationship, people stayed together for 25 years even if they weren't happy. Today, people expect more. They leave. You do a poor job in your work, you get let go. You do a poor job with your kids, used to be maybe they smoke cigarettes. Today, they've got more information through the web and the least amount of supervision anytime in history. If this is poor down here, it's a giant jump to the next standard, which is good. Most people in Western cultures have been taught to be good. Be a good friend, be a good bloke, be a good mother, be a good father. You know, be good. And see, the thing is, good seems so wonderful because if you did a good job, you got what kind of rewards? Good. That's how it always was. Not anymore. Today, the world's so competitive. You do a really good job, you get poor rewards. If you do a good job at work, you're probably going to get canned, especially as the economy gets tight. And good people don't understand this. I'm good. How can they fire me? Because you're good. Because that's not enough anymore. And they don't like that. If you do a good job in your relationship, your partner will take in energy somewhere else as a minimum. Or they may cheat on you, or they may leave you. Because people expect a lot more than good men. I remember I get stopped in the street every day and people tell me the most beautiful stories or they ask me questions. And the most common question I'll get multiple times in a month, at least once or twice, I know when they're going to say it almost because I can tell by the state someone's in. They'll say, hey, you're Troy Ryan. And I'll eventually say, can I ask you a question? I'll say, yeah. And they'll say something like this. I'm really a good man. I'm really a good woman. How come my wife left me? It's like, and I know the answer. I can't say it. It would sound terrible. It's because they're good. Because they'll say, I'm a good person. I'm a good this. I'm a good that. It's not enough anymore. Now, you may not like that, but you have to understand how life works. You may not like gravity, but you have to understand it or you pay the price. See, the rewards for good is poor. Now, good people can't understand this, so what they try to do is do a better job of being good. And all they get is poor rewards. And then after a while, they get pissed off and say, well, why do I even bother being good? I'll do a poor job, and then they get pain. So it's not the answer. So it's a giant jump from way down here, from poor, giant jump to good. Now, you wouldn't be with me here 3 days later with the kind of intensity you have today with little sleep if good was your standard. If you're an overachiever, you've jumped to that higher level called excellent. And when you're excellent, you won't settle for good. You work your ass off. When everybody else goes home, you go for more. You go to the class, you make it happen, you push through, you do what's necessary. When you're really excellent, you're one of the very best. And when you're really, really excellent, you would expect what kind of rewards? Excellent rewards, and that's how it used to be. But today, when you're really excellent, you get good rewards. And this pisses off excellent people. I know I should be grateful, I have a great family and a great this and a great income, but I want more. So then people go, I can't do anymore, I can't push anymore. Well, if this is poor way down here, it's a giant jump to good, it's a giant jump to excellent, and people at excellent go, but I'm doing everything I can do, there's no more of that, nothing left. Don't lie to your creator. Don't slap the face of your creator by saying that's all you got. There's another level in you, but I know it seems insane to make another giant jump, but you don't have to. The level you're looking for with all the rewards is just 2 millimeters above all the others, ladies and gentlemen. And it's called outstanding, ladies and gentlemen. You are not one of the best. You are the best. You have gone through where nothing worked. You push and push and push, and you're not getting what you want, and you keep pushing. And it's almost like the universe of God's testing you. How hard will you go? How long will you go? And once the universe of God knows you will never give up, the door opens, you step up, and you have it all. the joy, the love, the economics, the freedom, what Jerry Maguire called the quad. You get it all because you stand out from all the rest just a little bit. It's just not a giant jump. It's just when everybody else says that's all I got, you're not one of those. You find another level. And the people who find another level have all the rewards. They get the joy, the happiness, the love, the economics. And by the way, it's totally unfair. And I love it. Do you know why I love it? Because in every culture in the world, we reward people disproportionately for being outstanding. Think about it. Even horse races. There's a horse race. 12 of the fastest horses in the world race. And one wins by a nose hair, by a little nose hair. A millisecond. What do we give that first horse?
Carry.
Everything. What do we give the second horse? A little bit third horse? What do you give the fourth horse? What? Nothing. Not a squat zip. And then the fourth fastest horse in the world. Not very fair. But when someone does something no one else has done before, it changes everyone. It's like Roger Bannister when he ran the 4-minute mile. No one in history had done it. Within 3 months, 3 people did. Within 3 years, 22 people have. Now, high school students run a 4-minute mile. Every 4 years, we have Olympics. You get Olympics by being good? You get there by being excellent? What do you have to be to get the Olympics? Totally, completely what? But by how much? Just the littlest much, just the littlest bit. 2 seconds. By the way, amongst the most outstanding, some are more outstanding amongst them. 12 of the fastest runners in the world run. Everybody on earth watches it. 1.5 billion people watch the Olympics. And they run as hard as they can run. And one person wins by 100th of a second. What do we give them? The gold medal. What else do we give them when they're number one? Endorsements. But what we really give them is a status called hero for life. That's pretty wild. And they're 1/100th of a second faster than someone whose name you'll never know.
Yeah, I don't want this to be too long, but you get the picture, right? The power is within you. All you have to do is get started to take action. And let that be day one of many days of you and your greatness. Outstanding. Excellent journey. There's levels to it. And as we level up, just know that I have provided a community, created a community for people just like you who want to start from the beginning. Live mentorship, coach, step by step to get to the top, to achieve levels step by step. And that's what it's all about. And if you're looking for passive income opportunities, ideas, sign up for my email list, send you out the free blueprint step by step. And also, if you want to join this cash giveaway happening July 3rd, you got till June 30th to qualify to become a participant. And all you have to do is subscribe to my Facebook page, Team Angie LLC. Links in the bio. Peace and blessings and happy Monday, man. It's been an awesome week.